All right, Ben, thanks so much for that. Now, the government has beat a retreat in reopening the Kenya Somalia border. The planned reversal comes as concerns mount on the spike in terror attacks in the country that has claimed up to 20 lives in the last 1 month alone. Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki says the delay will give the two governments time to review their anti-terror strategies. Kindiki also revealed a wider plan to initiate a shift in policy on the management of refugee affairs to weed out bad elements that were abusing Kenya's humanitarian efforts. We get more from our very own Chemtai Goin.
Somalia had agreed to face reopening of the border to facilitate movement of people, goods and services. An increase in terror-related attacks and incidents of violent extremism have forced the Kenyan government to review its plan. Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki announced that the process would be slowed down.
Serikali ya Kenya na ya Somalia zimeanza mazungumzo ya kufungua mipaka yetu pande ya Mandera, pande ya hapa Liboi, pande ya Kiunga na sehemu zingine za mipakani. Mpango hatutarudi nyuma katika huo mpango, tutaendelea, lakini kwa sasa kwa sababu katika mwezi mmoja ama miwili ambayo imepita tumeona hao wakora wameanza kutatiza amani, tumesimamisha huo utaratibu kwa muda kidogo. Kwanza kabisa tushughulikie hao magaidi, tuwafurushe, alafu tutafungua mipaka yetu.
Professor Kindiki stating that the delay would allow the two governments engage residents, community leaders and religious leaders to volunteer information on Al-Shabaab elements within their communities and their activities so that security agencies can step in and flush them out. And with some of the sympathizers of the terror groups having taken cover in the guise of refugees, Professor Kindiki announced a policy shift in the management of refugee affairs, where all refugees will be registered biometrically to make them traceable.
But going forward, it is going to be the responsibility of the government of Kenya to manage and administer a complete database of all refugees in our country. And more so, it is intended to integrate the refugee database into the master population register of the Republic of Kenya.
Kindiki, who was on a tour of the Dagahali refugee camp, I-42 refugee camp and the World Food Programme Distribution Center, said this will ensure those abusing the privilege are weeded out. The recent spate of attacks have seen more than 20 people lose their lives, 14 of them being uniformed officers. Chemtai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
All right, Goin, thanks so much for that. In other news,